Hi, today we're going to talk about sustainability, growth, and impact, and how to find more funding and be successful with your funding for your nonprofit. So, let me introduce myself. If you don't already know who I am Michelle, a nonprofit and grant pro. I've been in the nonprofit arena for over 25 years. I've been a community leader for almost that long. And then I have had the pleasure of writing grants and looking for funding, I believe, I'd say about 10 to 13 years now. I love what I do. I definitely believe this is where I'm supposed to be always. I'm always grateful for my clients. I'm grateful for being a community leader to others and being a volunteer for other organizations. So sustainability, impact, and growth. These are things that you need to write to have it. You need to have for funding to write a successful grant proposal in your nonprofit. I have been a director of development. I understand that sometimes you're passing around a grant. That's not ideal, but sometimes you are. Sometimes you're hiring a contractor. Sometimes you have somebody in-house. Your director of development person is doing the grants and also getting the sponsors and also scheduling the events. I know that all nonprofits have a different budget and they have a different staff size. I represent grassroots and mid-sized organizations. And there is a complete difference. My mid-sized organization has a lot of staff comparing to my grassroots organization clients. And, I'm the person they call on when they don't understand or they want to learn or they want more funding for their nonprofit. And that's what I want you to keep in mind, that sustainability, impact, and data are so important to your nonprofit. And if you don't have measurable data, then you need to start. That's how you start figuring out how you're going to apply for grants. No, you don't have to have everything. You can have a working wheel, like a working idea in progress, but you got to build on that. You got to start making data happen. You don't want to wait several years later, find somebody like me and then say, okay, I need this grant, but I don't have any data. You got to have data. Impact. Your mission, your organization has to have an impact, and your organization needs to show sustainability, because sustainability, that grantee wants to know what happens when that grant is done. How are you going to be sustainable? So those three things matter. And, that's what makes a clear, concise, and successful proposal move on to the next step and move on to successful funding awards. And no matter the amount, it's more than you had yesterday. So keep that in mind. Keep watching my channel. Look at the impact, look at the sustainability and just the communities that I've served and the impact it's having. And if you don't have somebody like me, then find somebody like me or reach out to me today. And you can learn more. I help my clients, those organizations grow, they learn, I teach them, and I walk with them to find them more funding that they didn't have yesterday. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned to more and have a great last of the few days of September. We're moving into October. We're almost at the end of the year. Keep moving forward. Keep finding an impact in your organization. Get involved today. If you aren't involved with one, go get involved today and volunteer for a cause that you are in line with and that you believe in their purpose. Have an amazing rest of the week.